For those of you that don't know me, I do appreciate the endorsement last year. I ran for District 35 against our wonderful progressive socialist up in Travis County, Greg Kassar. So I think we made a lot of headway in this race because when it was a brand new formatted district, it was 70% Democrat in the demographics. And the Queen, when he ran, pulled out maybe 38,000 votes for the entire race. We shaved off almost 5 points in this district alone in this one race with a very frugal budget that I was able to sit there and basically self-sponsor. So we got 83,000 votes in this election. And I was honored to be the nominee as a grassroots unknown person that stepped up to the plate to run against Greg Kassar because of his defunding anti-police rhetoric that he is known to do. And things have changed in my life now. I retired from California here for a very set of specific reasons because of what the state represents and what you all represent and the values as the conservative movement and how we live our lives actually impacts what we do here in Texas. And District 35 is not known for those values because of the progressive movement that we have thanks to rhetoric like him. And if you start looking at some of the messaging that he's putting out right now, this guy is flailing. They don't have a message. It's all anti-billionaires. It's all anti-capitalism. It's all anti-Trump. There is no messaging that they have that they are pushing forward. They just had 4 years where they did nothing but spend money up and down the 35 corridor where this district is at. And if some of you don't know, it's East Austin, down 35. We've got Hays County almost from Jackson Hayes High School, if you're familiar with Hays, all the way over to 21. It comes in, narrows in where the UT campus is right there at San Marcos, continues down 35. In Comal, where I live at, it is basically the Buc-ee's corridor. So that was, my county was the only county that I actually prevailed in. We got actually 11,000 people to come out and vote, and I procured 8,300 of those votes in my county. So we got our butts kicked, 20,000 down here, 50,000 up in Travis County alone. But we had 200,000 people that did come out and vote. Those are the people that we need to get the messaging to help out our cause. Law enforcement is very important. Having the courts balanced back out is very, very important, more than you know, because we have these progressive DAs. We have them here in San Antonio. We definitely have them up there in Travis County. And so they attack law enforcement right and left. It is not something that we can sit back and stand for. Personal accountability for people's actions needs to come back into play from now on. We don't need these repeat offenders where they go out and they do these mass shootings because they think it's good to do these social impacts, whatever it may be. It's just not something that we can stand for anymore. And having these people held accountable by the DAs up and down the corridor. We have a wonderful DA up in Comal, where I'm at. I spent the last 6 months between July and December actually serving on the grand jury up there before I just got commissioned as being a deputy constable. We need to sit there and revert back to our core conservative values. We're bringing out more tax initiatives because we still have not procured the Social Security repeals or the new laws to sit there and stop taxing those yet. A lot of taxation. They want to keep more money in their pockets, rightfully so. Small business incentives. Supporting our law enforcement. I know one of the early speeches I had Clayton correct me, but we need that funding secured for our areas down here in our law enforcement so that they can do a lot more initiatives. One of the Gardendale area, which is in District 5, Terra Castillo's area, one of the meetings that I went to last year, she was there. She gave me the stink eye because of what I was having to say based on the questions that that I was being asked because they had just had a mass shooting that day. It's accountability. We need to start having people brought back to, real life. I don't know what it is, but our youth just don't have that value of life. It's something that they don't have to, and the progressives are pushing out that messaging. They don't have to be responsible for anything. We need job, trade school, enhancements. We don't need to be having a 53% failure rate in colleges, because that's the message that's been being pushed out for the last 10 years. Go to college. That's the only way to sit there and make a living for your family. My blue-collar background, my grandfather, my uncle, they were in electrical field. So I know what hard work is. I grew up in law enforcement, retired from 30 years, came over here. I know what representation is. I spent 15 out of that 30 years representing the deputies that worked for my organization to push forward the same issues that you guys have here with retention and attracting new law enforcement and the talent that it's going to take. So we need to develop partnerships with the school education systems to have these justice systems within the high schools so that we can start recruiting these kids at a very younger age, showing that it is an admirable profession, whether it's in law enforcement or whether it's in fire science field. There are values in our youth that we need to sit there and secure and bring and have those mentoring programs brought forward. We're starting early. We're trying to get the messaging out. So I think we had some success, and we're going to be building on that moving forward.